before we come to the animation, because of course we want this spinning animation of our badge. Before that, let's jump quickly to the compositing. We have our image here in the back. The weirdest combination, zoom in and out, is by V. So now we have a nice view on it. So let's see. Of course, we want to add a bit of this glare filter. It's a must everywhere. Streaks looks good. I always like to change the quality to high. Let's up the iterations maybe to like 6, 5, 6 to have some good quality. And yeah, we have some slight streaks going on. Maybe the threshold needs to be a bit higher. And yeah, that already looks good. And of course, we don't only want the glare, just duplicate this. We don't only want the streaks glare, but we also want the bloom. I mean, fog glow also works well on this. Let's go with the bloom for now for this actually like nice trophy type of effect. Threshold might here be even too low. A very bright light in there today. Can be a little bit over the top, I guess. Let's go with 4. And yeah, in this kind of way, a bit subtle, but we get the nice glow. So last step is the animation. We want to turn our badge around. And here we still do not see the composite view. So if we click on this little chevron down here, and yeah, swap to camera or always, we see our composite with the beautiful bloom effect, even in the preview mode. So one thing I also like to do is always start at frame 0 and not frame 1. Super weird to start at frame 1. And let's make this maybe 60 frames long, maybe around 2 seconds. And yeah, fairly easily. Oh, first of all, let's hide this actually from surrender. So we want to set a keyframe in the beginning, of course, to make this rotation. And for that, we select our object, click K, and we want to keyframe the rotation. And now if we go all the way back to the 60 and we click K again, and yeah, let's actually rotate it a bit. Let's rotate it actually around the y-axis. Yes. So let's have it in this view and keyframe the rotation. So now we also see on which axis we have rotated our badge, which is not the x-axis. So by clicking X, I'll just delete that, and not the z-axis, and I'll delete this too. And we have here now these 2 keyframes, and you can see if I here drag on this handle, our object will rotate this tiny bit. Of course, we actually, I don't think that, maybe we don't want the -50. I want to give it a -360. So I'll actually keyframe that again. And it gave me the other 2 not necessary rotation. So let's see how that works. Now we have one beautiful linear twist between. Okay, maybe 360 is actually not enough. Let's double that. So that's 2 keyframe rotation. Delete these 2. Just have it cleaner. And is that maybe something? Yeah, nice. Starting to actually come along. Our little golden badge. But that is not enough now. We actually want to edit the swap to the graph editor, switch to normalize. Okay, so we have it in a kind of normal position now. And yeah, you see this is kind of how the turning happens right now. I want it actually to start a bit faster and then fade out a bit slightly towards the end. So let's move this by holding Shift. We're going to make sure to not mess it up. So let's move it maybe like this. Let's see how that looks. Yeah. Okay. That's actually a graph that I can live with very well. And now, last thing I always like to do is look at our camera settings. Do we want to change the kind of perspective of it? But 50 millimeters is okay. It's giving a little bit more camera vibes, but we're also not gonna have a depth of field here because it should be rather cleanly rendered. So the next and last step is actually to render our animation. Here we have one option, and this will be important later when we add it into the app, to here add transparency to the scene. But for now, we don't need it, so let's render this animation. See you later.